And welcome to the Toadstead. Well, here's a perspective you don't get to see very often. I'm up here just pretty much finishing off the roof. So let's give you kind of an idea what my idea is for here. Well, as you all know, you've been watching, I'm standing on the second waterproof layer of this roof. And under this layer I'm standing on, there's roughly 5.5 inches, 5 inches actually, of polyethylene, polystyrene, whatever the hell it's called, insulating foam. And it's screwed down to the rafters. And then there's kind of sub rafters. It's hard to explain. You watch the other videos, you get the idea. And you'll see some of these bolts, which I have yet to cover with liquid flashing. But they're over 7 inches long. And you can't see most of them because they're under this bit. But they screw right into the rafters as well. So this whole roof, while it's a layer of zip system, 2 layers of 2.5-inch foam, then another 1/2-inch layer of zip system on top of the roof, it's screwed into the rafters with big 1/4-inch bolts. So it's basically all one piece. And then what we've got going on here, this is some stainless steel mesh that's under these boards, then wrapped around these boards, and these boards stick about 1 inch off the edge of the roof. And they're to keep bugs and everything from coming up underneath, because my whole idea is when I put these edge metals on, every 6 inches is a 4-inch space, and air will be able to come up through that and run up these diagonals and come out at the peak. The idea being, of course, any air that's under that, the sunshine, is going to get warm, rise, not only come up, but sucking air from the edges. And it'll just go a little ways towards keeping the metal itself, which will be mounted to the roof here, keeping that cool. The whole idea is to try and keep the conditioned, whether it be heated or air conditioned, whatever the case may be, that's in the building from transferring its temperature in or out. So down here in South Central Mississippi, certainly more concerned about air conditioning, more than I am about heating. But we make jokes that the idea is to try and heat this thing with a candle and cool it off by just occasionally going and getting a cold drink out of the refrigerator. And what you see in here, this side's pretty much done. Step over here. This doesn't have to be furniture grade perfect. It just has to be ready to accept the metal. Then on this side, we're just beginning that process. And yeah, I've been gone for a little while. I can give you kind of an overview. We acquired an entire truckload of lumber, well, logs. In fact, I don't know if you can see it. Let me go try that. I didn't think of that till just now. We'll walk back over here, and maybe we can see if I don't step off the roof by accident. Ooh. Yeah, well, you can't really see it, but there was a whole semi-trailer. Those of you who see a logging trailer know what it looks like. Full of 40-foot, give or take, 40-foot logs, and I've been going over there, cutting them into more manageable lengths and bringing them over here into the bunker. And my neighbor there, he's just going to be happy to get a bunch of lumber also. You can see the mill down there. You can see the top of the kiln with the solar panels on it. It's already full. It's actually full of these 1x6s. he came up to me, my neighbor, and said, "Can you make me some 1x6s?" I said, "Well, sort of been doing that already for a while." So we got the kiln full of 1x6s right now, over half of what he wanted, plus a little bit more. I got some interesting news here, in a good way, as far as go to the house, which I need some, good news about the house that I need to get. So it means I need to get more of these built too. But kind of a bird's eye view of what's going on. I don't think I've ever filmed from up here before. But you can see where we've been putting our sawdust, just raking it, slowly turning into almost like concrete as we sort of grade it out. After every day, we just use the tractor and bucket and grade it out. And eventually we'll probably get to, we have too much, but that begins the whole compost pile, blah, blah, blah. Lots of stuff. And as you can see, I was loading the bunker from both sides. We just drove those pilings because, we need to make this bunker bigger. So now we can load it from both ends. Eventually, it'll get to be where it's just loaded from this end, which makes more sense because this is actually supposed to be part of our crop garden. We'll see how that goes. But we're making progress, little by little, bit by bit. We already started collecting some of the metal. It so happens that a real good friend of mine had his house roofed a while back. And not only did he use the same metal, he used the same color that we wanted. The idea was to kind of, doesn't show up well on camera, I'm sure, but the roof is a tan, light color. The walls are milled, and the trim is a dark green. And that's kind of what we want to do here. And it just worked out where he had some of that metal. So we're going to get to be starting that pretty soon. But I need to get back to work. Sorry, I've been a couple of weeks without a video. If you're watching the channel, you know why. We had a little bit of machinery come into the shop that had to get arranged and straightened out and working, and we'll do a little something on that maybe later on. But for now, before it gets too bloody hot, I need to get the rest of this done. All right, thanks for coming along. We'll see you next time around.